All right, toy fans. This is a huge set. At this point, I've been trying to. I'm concerned about dropping a whole bunch of things. I'm really far from the camera right now because I'm having to make room on my bench for another product that I have over here, and I've got like the set over here. This thing is huge. It's a huge set. Now I got mine on Amazon through BBTiloBrix, and I'll put the link for it down there. So if you want to get this set, it's available there. It is a cool set. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very cool set. There were a few things here and there that I was like, not so sure about, but all in all, the build itself is solid. The hardware store, phenomenal put together. The realtor spot was okay. The upstairs apartment actually really well received. The roof well done. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. Now the box itself is huge, and I tried to back out as much as I could, but it's through Falagil. It is number 20010, 3,642 pieces. It's considered 14 and up. Yeah, it's got a hardware store and a fixer upper house. Now the thing with the fixer upper house, it's got two modes to the upstairs apartment. So you've got the hardware store, you've got a realtor spot, and then you've got the apartment upstairs. And the apartment upstairs, I actually set where instead of it being a move in where you have boxes and then water splashes here and there, I actually removed the water splashes, I kept the boxes, and my storytelling is that you have people kind of moving in. It comes with one, two, three, four, five, six minifigs. Something to keep in mind, and they are, Lego style minifigs. So you've got like these minifigures here. So they are Lego style with the yellow hands and feet and all that, which is cool because the AliExpress train I'm putting together has the beige or skin tone. So this is kind of going back to the traditional yellow minifig. Now, the box on this is one of those boxes like LumaBrix. It's resealable. It is not as hefty as the LumaBrix box, but there is quite a bit to this. On the back, let's see if I can do it without knocking everything over. Good lord, this box is huge. We've got, of course, the apartment. Look at that, I'm like hitting the camera. It's like right in my face right now. We've got, of course, the back of this. We get to see all of this portion of the apartment. Now, they had this whole wall taken off, and I will say it's modular in that the walls do not come off. You can take them off one from another. And I'm actually looking to see if I can find a lighting kit that uses, almost like LumaBrix, the plates. I'm looking to see if I can find a lighting kit that would be perfect for this, because this would be like one of those that would be nice to light up to put with actually my skate shop. And I brought my skate shop here from LumaBrix to show you how well they go together. First floor you got tool wall, second floor you got details, third floor 2 effects with furniture or move in. This thing is pretty amazing, and it's got tons and tons and tons of printed pieces. Now there is a sticker sheet, so that's something to keep in mind. But the sticker sheet is for graffiti. And that is the only thing that's there for it is the graffiti. Let me see if I can fix that where we can kind of see. Oh my goodness, I got to go way back. I will go ahead and start off by saying this camera is like right in my face if you see it here. This thing is 1 mils plate wide. Look, it is so big I actually had to move it forward in order to spin it all the way. And I still had to move it forward to spin all the way. Okay. This thing is 1 mils plate big, 32 by 32 studs. So that's right at 10 inches by 10 inches. It's pretty big. And it's taller than it is wider at the base and as deep it is. It's a big unit. Now, each one of these, of course, you've got stairs that go along the sides that go up. You do have exposed studs where you can actually put figures on. Even on the tiled areas, you do have studs here. See if I can point that down just a little bit. There we go. You have studs along here that will show. Here, let's get some more light on it there. It's like everything is breaking right now. I got a light in my face right here. You do have tiles down here that have studs on it for your characters. There were some things I did change up on the Amazon site. I had the review there for some things I did change, but like some of it was changing the way that I plated this down, which seemed to help that out. The way that I plated this sign down, there's a few areas that feel kind of loose, but they're things that can be reworked. Even adding a bar in here just to make this from breaking off. All in all, this is an incredible set for what we're getting. This, I think, runs it right at either $109 or $119, about 120 bucks tops. And we're getting 3,462 pieces. This thing is massive. You do have the stickers that come with it are actually these graffiti stickers. Now I didn't use all my graffiti stickers. You get a whole sheet of them, and I didn't feel like using all of the stickers. Let's see if I can pull out the book. It's a massive book too, by the way. Here we go. So there is a ton of graffiti stickers that come in. I might find one more area where I want to put some graffiti, but also I'm holding on to these because I might have some areas in other parts of my build that for like my city stuff where I want graffiti, so I might be using those over. And I'm not too keen. I don't always like putting stickers across a lot of bricks. With this one, I chose these because for the most part I could probably cut this and match it up and it's not going to be a problem. But I did choose a few areas for the graffiti, and I kind of kept it low because I was thinking if this was someone in the city painting, they would be painting along the bottom here. We do have a lot of printed bricks. We got plenty of doors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 doors in total. There's quite a bit here. And then, of course, you get a food cart, lots of flowers, mini figs, and a lot of incredible, incredible details. Let's go up, and we're kind of going to go way up here on the top, and we're going to start breaking this down. I might have to go this way here and look, okay? So this, if we have it, there we go. There we go. These do break off. So each floor, you got the roof that comes off, and it's held on by just a few studs in there. You get a nice look. You got a toilet over here that has another door, so 7 doors. You got the minifigures in here, of course, boxes and things that are pegged down. Lots of interesting details in here. Lots of really, really nice things. You've got plenty of things as far as like the oven and the Ventahood, some printed pieces, the cabinet over here. Lots of really, really good build pieces. The toilet there is well made. I mean, all of it is just really, really, really cool. Lots of really good printed pieces in there. This thing was a lot of fun to put together. The Beast was a lot of fun. So that's the apartment. And then the next floor down, you have the realtor's office. Now, the realtor's office, this one was a little bit harder for me. I had some areas where, like, the chair was kind of a hard bit of a build for me. The copier, and I'll see if I can break that out. The copier itself was phenomenal to put together. There's some key things in here that are just great. Looks like a copier. It's got keypads, got this thing here. The lid actually goes up and down. It's got the clear stuff on top. It looks like a copier. We'll plug that in. We'll plug that back in over there. Though you got a water cooler. You've got some books. You've got, you know, the table over here I thought was okay. The way they did the blinds was okay. But there's a few things here and there that I was okay with, but not everything. The window up here, the way we put that together is phenomenal. The computer for the realtor was okay. I've found better ways to do things like that. The cabinet back here is very nice with the files and books, and the brick by brick real estate. I absolutely love this. We get one here, and then we do get a sign out front that has the brick by brick, and it's held on by both sides, printing on both sides, so we know that that's a realtor's office. Of course, we got the door, a rug, a realtor inside. It is, even though I had some troubles with it, and it could have been because I was also really tired, it was still a quality build. We're going to go ahead and pop this one off. All right, we're down to our last part here, the hardware store. Now this is kind of the main attraction here for our set. Oh, I knocked over my sign. Pop that back on. Like I said, this thing is massive. There's a lot here. Okay, so with the hardware store, you've got a ton of detail in there. There's quite a bit. Lots of really good stuff. The wall over here for plumbing is excellent. You've got Daily News Canadian thing. You've got this shelf right here, which I absolutely adored putting this together, full of just various items, but they're using the window panels without the window to create that nice kind of metal shelf, and it works. My favorite part of this has to be the paint wall. Absolutely love that paint wall. The 50% off, the paint samples in there, really well done. Behind the desk over here with our guy and the notes and the wall of camping gear and other gear that we have, really cool stuff. We even had the Sturds oil, kind of like stud oil. And one of my favorite things right here, let's see if I can get it close enough. It says, the Daily News, donut thief still hungry. That cracks me up more than anything else. I don't know why, but I just thought it was hilarious. We get some gardening stuff. We get the nice, watering pot there, some gardening stuff up here, and then the mower in the window is incredibly nice. They do have stuff in the window. Oh my goodness. There we go. I think I accidentally went black and white mode. They do have stuff in the window, like you've got a toolbox with a chainsaw on it over here. Got the mower over there. There's a ton of detail. And what makes this really nice, detail-wise, and with what we're getting, is that all the details make sense. It's nothing that's not thrown in just to throw it in. It's not like, oh, we need a mower, let's make a mower and put it in there. Well, it's a hardware store, so they've got hardware stuff. They've got mowers and screwdrivers and hammers and all sorts of stuff that make it feel like an actual hardware store. And the whole building just comes alive. This is one of those where it's like, I kind of wish that we had like a TayRayGun light kit for this, because this would be amazing to light up and have for TayRayGun. This is such a good set. Now, one thing I did do that I did differently than the directions, this is something that I want you to keep in mind. The initial plate that you get from the Falagil is a base plate like this, and all this build goes directly on here. One thing I would encourage you to do, instead of using the base plate that it comes with, which is just a standard base plate, right? I would actually use a stackable base plate because it's thicker. You could either make a Mills plate, 4 16 by 16 plates, put them together and like put something underneath them to Mills it up, or use a stackable 32 stud by 32 stud plate. That's what I did with this. It makes transport of this a lot easier. This thing is very heavy, and so anytime that you go to move this or take it one place or another, or if you're wanting to Mills plate it down the road, it's easier just to plate it in a stackable plate versus actually using the base plate. I kept the base plate because when I Mills plate it and raise it up, I'll use that for the bottom, but I did use a stackable plate for this, and that is a key thing that I would definitely do in order to make sure that you have a good transition from this into a city if you're wanting to Mills plate this thing. all in all, this thing is beautiful. The cracks in the walls, the use of colors, the way that we're building everything, it is incredible. The way that we put it together, the hanging plants, I loved. This gas line down here, it seems so simple. It's just such a simple build, but that gas line just really adds a certain level of detail that, you know, we didn't necessarily have to have, but we have it, and it works so well in the long run. I love the Mel catcher up here, the Pexplosive, put it on sell sign. I still don't know what that means, but it cracks me up. I like the hardware supplies here. Come by. It's got a whole thing here. We got this like almost like a soda style vending machine, hot dog cart. Have a feeling some of this I will change. I'm not as big of a fan of the hot dog cart, but I'm also not getting rid of it. I do have a whole area of food trucks, so I might or might not keep this out. But there's key things I do want to change. Like I would like to change the way that this top here is plated for the hot dog cart. As of now, it's just really loose the way it's put together. To me, it was not the best part of the build. It's just, I don't know. The hot dog cart felt a little bit like an aftermath kind of thought of, hey, we gotta put this thing together, sort of thing, you know. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. But all in all, like what we're getting and the parts that we're getting and what we're putting together is still pretty quality. I say that, and then like this whole cart's falling apart. This is where something like this, if you have a green, and this is something to keep in mind, if you have a green 2x6 plate, I would seriously encourage anyone to replace this entire part of the cart. So this right here, the 2x4, the 1x2, and the 1x2, I would seriously replace it with a 2x6 green plate. And I think I've got some from some Christmas stuff. That's gonna be an absolute change I'm gonna make. But yeah, that's supposed to sit in there. That pegs into there. Really cool stuff overall. Now, one thing that I did, and I talked about it earlier on I think it was like TikTok and Instagram and all that, but I had brought my here we go. This of course is my skate shop by TayRayGun, and one thing I wanted to bring up and look at is the plates on these pair up so nice. And if we were to keep these plates together and look at it, one thing I would say is if you have the skate shop and you want a hardware store, yeah, they fit up beautifully. Look, it falls right in line where this fits right behind all of this texture structure, and it looks beautiful. Even on the back, if you go to the back, let's kind of move some things around. Oh, these sets are huge, by the way. They're heavy. They're very, 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 very heavy. But if you go to the back and you put these together here, the way that this lines up, this balcony meets right up to the side of this. Having this side open is perfect. The building itself, everything, the plates line up one with the other. And it feels like these were actually meant to go together. If I were to tile this, it would meet up perfectly with that. The fact that that occurs between these two make me think that these were actually meant for one another. I mean, have a guy jump from here to here, it makes sense. This is how I would be putting this hardware store in my city, is right next to that skate shop. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful set. I mean, for those who know, I love the skate shop. The TayRayGun skate shop was absolutely hands down, you know, one of my favorite builds from TayRayGun. And I even have, like, I have a ton of stuff. I've got the traveling circus from them. I've got the Midnight Haunted Mansion from them. I've got Oh man, I've got what the sheriff station, the heritage tram, the cheese house, and I love the cheese house. But that skate shop was one of my favorites, and this pairs up nicely with that skate shop. Yeah, so this is the hardware store. There's nothing else I can really add to this. It's gonna hopefully sell you more. I think like clutch power on the bricks, they're great. Build, there's a few key areas like this. I'm not too happy about that not being double studded, but it's something easy to look past because it does help with the structure of the building, and we could always change that down the road. Besides for this not being tiled out here, and I can tile that on my own, and the fact that I'm so used to working with lights with a modular like this and we don't have it, that's fine too. The sign was difficult to put together, but look at that thing. It is gorgeous how that's put together. Everything in this particular build is wonderful. I love the fact that we got all this nice flat wall here, and they're adding in the bricks with the Technic pinholes in there because they know you're going to be plating it up with something else. Same with one over here. There's a few areas here where I'm not too happy with the gaps in the wall, but that's something that can be changed. And quite a bit of this I have already, managed to change and move a few things here and there. And it's easy. Seasoned builders you're gonna absolutely love this. People that are new at this might stress you out a little bit, but it's definitely a challenge that's worthwhile meeting up. It's definitely a fun build to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't say anything else for this hardware store. I think it's an amazing build. I think that if you're wanting something for your city, this is definitely a option to put in there. It fills in a lot of space. It looks incredible. It's a really good set for what we're getting for the money. Printed bricks, 6 minifigs, and a sticker sheet of graffiti that you can use wherever you want, kind of like how the bus stop was with Limerick. Same thing. This is an incredible piece. Absolutely incredible. So like I said, I'm going to put it down in the notes down there, so I'll have a link to it there. If you want to get it from me on the Amazon shop, I get a little bit of that commission work. It does help out in the long run, helps the channel. So if you decide that you want to get it, hit that link down below and get it to the shop. That does help out quite a bit. Other than that, that's all I got to say about it. I love this set. I would definitely suggest it. It's well worth your time. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. You can be notified of anything that comes from me to you. Comment down below. What is your favorite part of this set? Do you have a favorite floor? You thinking about getting this set? Because I definitely say it's well worth it. If you have the skate shop, let me know down below, because I might encourage you more to get this to go with that skate shop, because it looks phenomenal. Like this video. It helps YouTube know what you like and want to make. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey, catch me on Saturdays. I have Saturday lives at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. I think I'll be starting the bamboo house here pretty soon. So another TayRayGun piece. Gotta love them. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hey, thank you all for showing up today. I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy brick hunting.